trees are green and overhanging, feather light free and everlasting.
I will once again repeat that I don't want to meet new people without Kim right now, so I'm going to read the ledger.
Going back to our shack.
It's getting late and it's snowing. Time to call it a day.
Enter or not yet?
If it's someone I've met before who I'm not remembering, it's an investigation thing I also would rather have Kim around for. I'm going to read the ledger. Let's do it. All right. You can't do it with Kim. I see. Okay. All right. I'm still going to read the ledger.
You're trying to hold the road.
The fucking, yeah. Let's see where we left off. Did we inspect this? We did, didn't we? Yeah, it's not orange, so we did do it.
Yeah.
Is it under tools? And then it's in our hand. But in order to inspect it, we need to click on it from there.
Yes.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. It takes about half an hour to piece one together.
All right.
Using the system you've devised. Which one do you want?
Excellent. This is the end of day before going to bed is the time to get some of these done.
That's a good idea.
In my opinion. Next World Mural.
This one is relatively easy to reconstruct. Overnight on 1202, a graffito, nay, a mural,
Oh, shit!
appears on an 8-story tenement overlooking central Jamrock. The building is a sparsely inhabited ghost tower, part
Fighting
of a failed
games.
real estate development called Grand Coudon.
All right.
That's my desktop show
Cause
button.
of failure. Rent too high.
Too damn high?
Too damn high. Failed real estate.
Graffiti on a building overlooking Jamrock.
The mural is enormous. Two silhouettes, a man and a woman, are kissing. The text cut into their form reads, "True love is possible only in the next world. For new people, it is too late for us. Wreak havoc on the middle class."
Wow. What did the middle
People
class do
call
to
it
you?
That thing and that fucking thing. It's visible for miles. In 2 days, the station's complaints desk gets clogged with requests to remove the bummer. You and your partner are assigned to the case.
The message is too much of a bummer. Please go remove it.
The graffito crew is easy to track down. Only the bell lectures have the literage of industrial paint to cover the surface. One of the graffito artists is rumored to be rich. They take responsibility for the execution, but not the design. The ideologue of the next world mural, as the crew calls it, remains an unknown.
Wait.
I wonder, like, if a really nice, like, tag goes up somewhere, but, like, it's super depressing in its message. It's not like a Banksy with the, you know, cell phone bad kind of messaging, but it's like really beautiful, three-dimensional, elaborate, hyper-textured lettering that just says, "Give up."
Oh boy.
Does the city move harder and faster to get rid of that than they would if it just said, I don't know, Sake? Or HYH, some of the famous taggers from Montreal. You know?
Yeah, I guess that would be a bummer. Especially like on
You
the
know,
side of
you know Sake. You've seen. Have you ever looked up?
big one.
Have you ever looked up at Farin Five Roses?
Yeah.
You've
Okay.
seen his work.
Yeah, that's a really, really big one. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
And
massive.
HYH.
And you're like, how?
Yeah, would like super depressing messaging get erased sooner? I imagine maybe. Wait, do I ever find who came up with it?
The case files do not show you finding the author of the design.
Read on.
The crew agrees to clean up after themselves. However, your partner, JV, is against the removal, citing public support for conservation. This leads to a debate in Precinct 41, which then spreads to the streets of Jamrock, ending in a rare plebiscite organized by you and the rest of Row 3. The 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, and Villalobos, plus half of the eminent domain, participate in the vote. Although the case begins with what appears to be a lot of rambling on the streets as to how juvenile and stupid the mural is, given a choice between two options.
Remove the mural, it is wrong.
Keep the mural. It is right.
How about keep the mural, it is wrong?
Yeah, that's what I want.
Right?
Live the kisses.
How about keep the mural, it's wrong and stupid?
A staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority. And that love truly is possible in the next world for new people. And it is too late for us.
All that remains is to wreak havoc on the middle class.
The middle class are not to be blamed. It's human nature.
I like it, but can't we wreak havoc on other nations instead? Wow.
I must have voted and possibly even lobbied to remove the thing because I don't believe in that rubbish one bit. Ugh. Not just what trash answers that are not even funny. This is awful. Cash. Where's my liberal answer? None of them.
Yeah, what about 2?
I guess so. That's like I can't tell if that's ultra moralist or ultra liberal, but it's not one. It's not 1 or 3.
Did anyone
Hey,
ask you what you believe
we
in
got
man
it.
with the smelly toilet legend?
Yeah.
What do you want to tackle next? Or are we done?
Human nature sounds like a very non-committal statement to make, so I didn't quite peg it as the money cash answer, but that little jingling in my pocket has reaffirmed the correct choice. That's what it
Follow
is,
the
right?
bells, follow
The
the
money
bells.
money means right. Yellow sign good.
Yeah.
Reinforcement, mobile game. Good choice. Thumbs up. You guessed the right answer. Pull the lever.
Keep going.
The unsolvable case. Oh, it's 2 right now.
AKA Leslie and Burke. AKA the public indecency drunk and the property damage drunk is a cursed case. It has been passed from unsuspecting officer to unsuspecting officer for 10 years. On January 29, the unsolvable case made its way to you. Why you accepted it, it is unclear. Every officer, and indeed most civilians in Jamrock, know it's unsolvable.
What are our choices at anyway? Communism 14. Ultralib catching up from behind. Apocalypse Cop blowing the rest
Oh
out.
my god.
Going hard on the apocalypse. But communism just can't be denied. It just keeps rearing its red head.
For the people.
The spark of the hammer.
For the people.
The shine of the sickle can't be denied.
Leslie will always take his pants off when he's drunk. Burke will always trash everything. It's just what they do. It is their nature. You cannot change the nature of a man, and you can't lock them away because public indecency and small-scale property damage are not punishable by incarceration.
Oh. Wow. What a world.
The only way for Leslie to stop flashing his genitals to bypassers and for Burke to stop dismantling signage and rear-view mirrors would be for them to stop drinking alcohol, which in their 40s or 50s, it's hard to tell because of their distorted features, is a medical improbability on par with you ceasing to produce the expression.
It also can kill them. but there is a low but possible chance of losing the expression.
Yeah.
It
possibly.
is rollable. It is rollable. Couldn't we just keep them off the streets?
Proceed.
I mean, it's a little more nuanced than that.
You would think that, but you're wrong. Where's the fun in exposing your genitals or breaking stuff in your own home?
Of course.
No, Leslie and Burke are on the corner of Main Street and Perdition because that's where the action is.
Yeah.
That's where the people are.
Can you keep yourself off the streets?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. Like some kid walks by and you whip your junk out and it's like, all right, fuck you, buddy. You're getting tooled up. You're getting tuned up. Like,
Yeah, no.
get in the fucking van.
Threatening, fines, dragging them to the station, locking them up in the hellholes they live in, locking them up in the station, hypnotherapy, even trying to get the local gang of Zemyaki to take them out. The Zemyaki gave them ethanol, so Burke and Leslie would expose and rampage even harder. You tried it all, and still the complaints wouldn't stop, as they hadn't stopped for 10 years.
Damn.
Recovery, the program, all that shit. I mean, you go back a long time and you get to that part where they're just like, just scoop a part of the brain out.
Oh, yeah.
You know, just scoop them. Just get a big old ice cream cone, scoop.
It's
That'll
plain to
fix 'em.
see from the files that you, Satellite Officer JV, and Special Consultant TH had more important cases to attend to. You uncover cross-reference to several ongoing investigations, each brought to a standstill every time you drive down Main Street. Because there they are, on the corner of Perdition. And what is Leslie doing?
Leslie was
Public
indecency. The other one was property damage.
Good, you're learning. If the files are to be trusted, that's all there is to it. That and Burke breaking things, and the fact that they're both drunk. But then again, so are you. The case becomes considerably less comic one day when Burke takes a swing at your
Oh,
ledger.
no, you don't touch a man's ledger.
He must have it confused with the property he likes to damage. But the joke's on him. You're drunk out of your mind on potent Pilsner. You slam the hardened plastic board in his face. Then you proceed to beat him unconscious with it. In the process, the ledger sustains damage. The compartment within, reserved for permeable documents, is jammed shut. You stop your assault on the now unconscious Burke to open it, but are unable to do so. The officer began to cry, reports Leslie, who, at this point, is tending to Burke.
Fuck.
Damn.
Killed them. They broke it.
That was a success.
We're reading files retroactively and our stats are chiming in.
He came at us, and at us. I think he was trying to kill Burko. While trying to kill Burko, you slowly come around. The permeables compartment is open. You've smashed it open on poor Burko's kneecaps. The good news is, Burke can't walk anymore.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Can't get out of his apartment, an invalid. With Burke to tend to, Leslie cuts back on the indecent exposure. Maybe he flashes his genitals to Burke. Who knows? But both drunks are off the street. The complaints stop. The unsolvable case is solved.
Harry fucking Dubois.
Which is also why the officer responsible narrowly escapes a disciplinary hearing. The end.
Oh.
Want to read another one?
Just like the real police. Just like the real thing. Woody.
Oh, shit. Damn.
Yeah, the police did something. Okay, we'll investigate internally and figure out if there was some kind of a mistreatment or, we'll take care of it.
All right, one more.
It would be very interesting to read about these, wouldn't it? I mean, there seems to be a square-shaped entry wound in the victim's forehead. She's been sitting there for weeks, on her rocking chair, with a square hole in her skull, staring at the wall, her mouth agape.
But
No Country for Old Men. Case closed.
That's all you got. From the half hour you spent piecing it together, all you know is the entry wound was square-shaped. You never found the bullet. And then another body showed up, also with a square hole in his forehead.
a sequence killer?
Hey, by the way, anyone who said the clock stops at 2 o'clock was fucking full of shit.
Who knows? Those pages are missing. What next? Don't worry. One day. One day you may still catch the man with the square gun.
But not today. For it's impossible o'clock. Alright.
Not much has changed.
Wow.
Oh, are you done?
Yeah.
Okay.
You wanted to read all of them?
I don't know.
I was going to go to bed and... Because they're great time killers when we do need time to be killed. But we have done that.
Okay. Yeah, I just...
Did you want to finish the ledger off completely? I was going to save a bit, just in case we needed more, but...
Okay. Yeah, well, we'll do whatever you want at this point. Like, we could have kept some for later if we need to kill time later.
Found in the trash. A cabbage of papers, and it takes
Instead of, like,
half an hour
having
to
books.
piece one together.
If you want to... We can
Using
exhaust
the
it.
system you've devised.
Admittedly, this was
Which
super
one
short,
do
this
you
was super
want?
long. Alright. That's true, we're going to buy some books.
Some assholes brought their couch outside and hung out on it. In the middle of the street, on the roof, on the hillside by the motorway. You know, at an unexpected location. They were young, and they thought they looked cool on it.
They actually looked like assholes.
They looked really cool, like models.
They looked really cool, like a rock band. I don't hate it.
Yes, as you've said here, insufferable rock and roll
Down, da, da, da,
assholes.
down, da, da, da,
Young people are the
down.
worst. So anyway, we got a complaint about the damn sofa, or couch, or whatever it was.
God, I hated them. I hate each and every one of them.
Even the black one.
They were leaving it out in all these unexpected and whimsical locations. They took it to where they also took photos of themselves on it and smoked cigarettes because they felt it's intellectual.
Whimsical. Have you seen those giant, like giant big obelisks that have been appearing in different places?
Yeah. And appearing and disappearing, and people are like, what is this about?
And then, like, one of them was made, like, on Christmas, I think there was, like, a gingerbread candy cane one. And you're like, oh, this is a bunch of artists trying to do something funny. Like, the moment they did the gingerbread one,
Yeah.
it was like, yeah,
It
okay.
lost
Yeah,
all the
alright,
appeal
alright,
to it.
Yeah, whatever. Monoliths, excuse me. 2001 shit.
Cigarette butts, coffee cups, stupid couch. You had to clean it all up, and you did. So congratulations to you. Case solved.
Did I ever catch those guys?
No, you didn't have time for that. These notes show that you have what is called a real goddamn job. You don't have time to be chasing down the couch assholes. You have a real job to do. What next?
Murder at the hookah parlor. Like, oh, it murder in the Maple Leaf Ballroom.
Murder. Tum tum tum. At the hookah parlor was a case originally assigned to an officer called Joseph Mills, who is now dead. Of circumstances completely unconnected to murder at the hookah parlor.
Wait, how?
Beaten to death by a throng of Villalobos gang members when him and his partner J.M., only initials mentioned, answered a call one night. It's a sad story, and it isn't really represented in your case files. Stop stalling and get to the murder at the hookah parlor.
Okay.
All right.
Joseph Mills was on this case that he just couldn't solve. was doing it solo. Said it was a real nutcracker, a real brain twister. Was on it for, like, a month. The captain got impatient. Shit or get off the pot, Mills. Mills didn't get off the pot. Not yet. He kept at it for a couple of weeks more, racking his brains, running with every theory, as outlandish as they seemed. Still couldn't solve the murder at the hookah parlor. Tough case, he said. Toughest he's ever had.
Knives Out.
Wait, was Joseph Mills a good cop?
No, he was awful. Awful sense of humor, too. The worst jokes you've ever heard. Really rapey. Still, he'd been on it for months now. Said it was the final case. Said it was uncrackable. That murderer vanished into thin air. That goddamn hookah parlor was all he talked about.
Yeah.
Okay, so the case is handed to you because Mills isn't getting anywhere, and you look into it. Here's the setup. A young man is found dead in a hookah parlor. You know, those places where you go and smoke bubblegum-flavored vapor all day.
So I was literally about to ask, but I'm pretty sure I must have already mentioned it. Like, out of context Predator jokes or Predators jokes. I brought that up already. I don't know. Maybe I like but it's showing up. So like clearly I already have mentioned it. But just there's a line in Predators that's like pretty fucking vile, meant to establish a character as being pretty fucking vile. Have you seen the movie?
Yeah, okay.
Do you remember when Eric Foreman asks the guy who's a criminal, "Hey, what are you gonna do when you get back to Earth?" And he goes, "Oh man, I'm just gonna..."
Oh, okay, wait. Which Predator movie are you talking
Predators, the one with Eric Foreman in it.
Okay, no.
No?
That sounds terrible.
Okay.
Anytime you say a movie with Eric Foreman in it,
Yes.
you're like, is it really worth it? Has he been in a good movie? What, are you gonna tell me like
Spider-Man
Brock?
3?
Like,
Yeah.
all right.
Well, anyway.
I know what time it is now.
Right. So yeah.
Okay.
And he'd be just like, "Whoa, I'll be doing that all day, right? Whoa, what time is it? 5 o'clock? Damn, I guess it's time."
Mm-hmm.
And like, I know that part. And then Foreman's like, "Yeah, right, that time." And then it's just kind of like, what the fuck? These guys are insane.
Okay.
Right? And so we're at work in QA office days, and new guy comes to join the fucking team and, like, just starts quoting the movie, but no one knows that it's from Predator.
Oh my god.
And I happen to, and I'm the only one around.
Did you stand up?
Well, because he was a member of my team, you know, and I was sitting next to him, and he's just like, "Yeah, man, hey, whoa, yo, 5 o'clock? Damn, I guess it's..." And I'm like, "Friend,
Listen.
I know where that's from, because I've seen that movie, and I know the reference you're making. I promise you no one else here does. And even still, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
On the
Understandable.
off chance that that's a bad idea, how does your brain not tell you to perhaps maybe just not throw that out there?"
Oh man, that is uncomfortable.
And he's like, "Oh shit, yeah," you know. And I was like, "Oh,
Right.
like you had no fucking fence up here to catch the part where someone who doesn't know the movie you're quoting is just gonna be like, what did he just say?"
At 5 o'clock?
Like, new guy
Okay.
on the team, you know?
All right, everybody, time to go.
Crazy.
See you tomorrow.
Crazy,
Oh,
crazy
look at the
shit.
time.
Yeah. You just of all the fucking jokes you're gonna quote in an office where it's really quiet at the end of the day because people are ready to go home, so your voice is gonna carry across the room especially. The fuck are you doing, man? Oh boy. Anyway, yeah, well, and here's the thing, right? If I was someone else who just didn't know what that was,
How would you have reacted?
that that dude's gone.
Yeah. Yeah, you lock your kit, because that's what you have to do.
You come with me.
Turn around, come with me.
And that's the end of that. You don't make it more than a couple days. You know?
Oh my god.
Like, I caught the reference and I'm like, you're being really stupid right now. I'm assuming you just didn't really catch the filter here, you know? Anyway.
But you took a mental note. That guy.
Of course. Of course. Because
if somebody comes and, you know what that guy came and said to me? You're like,
literally any other sign of anything, and it's like, nope, all right, nope, that's it.
Okay.
But that is like a point on that is a just benefit of the doubt, lapse of judgment, dumb shit moment, you know? And any other sign of anything, and yeah, you don't even just that's that, you know? But wow. Yeah. And like, yes, you can go look up the Predator's quote. Everybody can. Yeah.
Right.
So.
Yeah, so a young man is found dead in a hookah parlor. You know, those places where you go and smoke bubblegum flavored vapor all day.
Can you get high off of it?
Really cool.
Really stupid. Hey, Reggie, look to your right.
Yes, I do see it.
Yeah, really lame. So anyway, young man in his 20s found with his skull busted open, right on the floor of the hookah parlor, in the middle of the day. No one else is in there. Only client that day. In perfect health, too. Some kind of movie producer.
It looks pretty cool. It looks pretty cool, actually. With the nice, the rope, you know, and the long pipe, you know. You're just missing the duvet, you know, like the fluff over
Zaum was like not even gonna entertain that shit. Nope.
Yo, someone was hating big time.
We have
day.
disdain for you, and you get nothing.
Dude, that's hating on a whole bunch of people. Dude, old men on Crescent.
It's been
and shit
yeah,
outside.
exactly, Sherazade, exactly. It's been years, but she's just fine. It's fine. It's probably the least fucking offensive of all the exhalants that you can put up with.
You don't go a hookah nation going like
Vape nation.
hookah nation.
Man, if H3 is known for anything, putting Vape Nation on the fucking map should be the thing.
No one enters, no one exits. He's just sucking on his watermelon hookah all morning, all noon, like he usually does. He's a regular. No calls, nothing. Just sucking on the hookah until 15:45. Then bam, he's dead on the floor with his skull busted open, blood everywhere. What happened? How can it be? Mills has no idea. Invisible assassin. Movie deal gone sour. Girl at the counter did it. Nothing fits. Eerie. Man just dropped dead. So you go to the parlor. You see cushions around the table. Table's low, heavy, really sharp edge.
He sucked hookah, stood up, passed out, hit his head on the table and died?
See? You can't even read the thing without solving it. Yeah, it was that. Turns out hookah does do something. It turns off your brain's oxygen supply, and you don't notice it until you get up to go to the bathroom.
It makes you lightheaded, but for that to happen, yeah, you'd have to fucking go hard on a couple of tablets.
Yeah, he liked his hookah. Stephen was his name.
And what was he doing there for 6 hours?
Smoking hookah. Didn't you hear? I don't know. Trying to come up with a movie script, maybe. Anyway, that was Murder at the Hookah Parlor. Joseph Mills wasn't a good detective, and about 30 minutes has passed, piecing it together. Next.
All right. Well, we've been warned about the dangers of smoking the shisha,
Not much has changed.
lest it kill us.
Still tobacco.
It's getting late.
Yeah.
And it's raining.
Not
Time
like
to call it a day.
significantly less, but still, in fact, mixed tobacco and flavors. I remember our boy Duke, our friend, had this place that had like apple flavors and all kinds of like really intricate ones, and they were fucking great. They were really good. So that was a fun time back in the day.
Water, a rough soap, and next to it,
No, sir.
Yeah, keep that hair.
an old mirror hangs on the wall. You see the reflection of your face in it, adorned with the expression.
Like, I feel like you have to make a build dedicated towards trying to solve this problem. You'd have to juice your electrochem as much as possible and then get it, like, without clothing to, like, 8 or 9 or 10 or something like that.
Let it be for now. Hey, it was a long day. You deserve some sleep.
Alright.
And this is a much more healthy
The bed is
environment.
comforting, if a bit run down. Still, you've earned a rest.
Hell yeah.
In order to get another shot at that check, though, even with the clothing, we would still have to, like, actually pump our electrochem, which I don't want to do because we don't use the stat. Recognizing things is good, but not actually going to be partaking. Let's do it.
Across the room, the heating system hums its soft lullaby. The mattress feels soft and sheets warm. It only takes you moments for the world to fall away.
Thoughts, baby. A million little lights in the dark. You're one fine instrument, brother.
I think we got it.
All those faces and all those names. All that laughter and screaming and scheming around. Every corner and every street. Recorded in you. Forever. On Faraday.
Spinning in eternity.
On and on it goes. For untold hours. At the disco where you first asked her to dance. Rising. Rising. Above the dark curvature. The great wingspan of sleep. Studded with stars. Behold, there are millions of them down there. The first time. The last time. The smoke in her mouth. The plotted flowers. The faces turning, changing.
Plotted flowers.
What is it?
It's the world, Harry boy. And you're made of it. Every day you're out there, you make more of yourself from it. I'm afraid you can't be unmade now. You can never forget this shit.
The colors, the voices, the rain, the snow. I don't want to. It's beautiful. The endless visions. Erase them.
Beautiful. It's stuck on loop, whirling, spitting out words and images. You're the son of the world again. Harrister, a ceaseless agent. Picking up litter and old newspapers, collecting your little bubblegum wrappers and idiotic picture postcards. Meaningless, meaningless keepsakes. Reading your awful letters and recalling things, aren't you? The endless names of the world. An address book you are. The map of a city.
That's right. I am an agent of the world.
But what if I want to be the agent of nothing?
It's too late. You're not made of nothing anymore. You're something now, Harry. I tried to drown you in the black water, but you re-emerged, kicking and screaming, running. And for what?
For the working class.
Oh.
For the money, baby. For the greater good.
Of course.
For RevaKOL. Always and only RevaKOL.
RevaKOL?
Is that like Nippon versus Nihon?
Yo, baby. Yo.
Oh, shit. When you
Yo.
have an alternate national pronunciation for the proud moments?
Dude. I still spell RevaKOL with the triple K.
RevaKOL. Holy shit. Yo. Welcome to Kanata. The original pronunciation. That's what it was when they first said it. When they spoke to the first tribes and the natives. It's Kanata. Damn, son. Little bit of nationalism.
Yeah, that's a bit.
When you have an alternate pronunciation for like power moments, yeah, that's all right. That's not bad. That's not bad.
Endurance.
Yeah, it just kind of means over there, you know, little village over there. Who else has that? I don't know. Not really.
I can't think of anything as flagrant as Nihon.
I mean, there's Germany, and then there's Deutschland.
Yeah, in the proper language.
Yeah. So
So you
there's,
would go like Sverige instead of Sweden.
I believe
Suomi.
Cambodia was Kampuchea.
Kampuchea, yes. Yeah.
And that became like, you know, anglicized into Bodia, right? So, but there's like a kind of sting to the
Solving your little crossword
pronunciation.
puzzles, doing your tasks, crossing names off lists, trying to become some sort of world detector. It won't make it okay. It won't put smoke back in her mouth.
Okay, we got some thoughts.
I'm building communism for all. So yeah, we've got it. We unlocked it. We got the thought in time. And by getting any one of the thoughts, it allows us to choose any one of the thoughts.
Okay.
I'm building communism for all. This time, we won't fail.
I'm just looking out for my economic self-interest.
We're making progress. Measured, steady progress.
I can't give up. I have to keep going for RevaKOL.
For RevaKOL. Forget politics. I'll never sleep if I keep on like this. Wow, you can just skip it, because yeah, it's optional content. Right. All right. Shall we?
Okay.
Cha-ching! You didn't hear it, but our pocket
There he goes again.
just grew a little bit.
He's a real political animal, our Harry. He still doesn't see that it's the world that's changing him.
Not bad.
He's got no idea what he's in for.
Why?
When it bugs out, we got backup.
'Cause only love can break your heart. Beep, beep, beep. The alarm is ringing, Harry. The disco circus goes on and on. You barely slept 3 hours last
Oh,
night.
that's rough.
You can do it. It's nothing. Do it for the city. Go. Do it for the wind. Do it for the picture puzzle. Put it all together. Solve the world. One conversation at a time.
The most troubled night. I would be tired all day long if I slept like Harry.
Right?
Hey, Moneymouth. Indrat, the impeccable hustler provider of the 7th generation. It's showtime with Savvy.
Oh, so now it's Savvy. What's up, buddy?
Are we finally going to solve the lynching?
Indract, the hustler provider. The 7th generation.
Not today, thanks.
Yes, Swindle Father. Papa, come here. This is serious. No time for distractions. It's time to make money. Lots of it.
Money?
I know all about money.
No, you don't. You just keep muttering about your economic self-interest and not doing anything about it. Yeah, I heard you back there. What the hell was that?
Superstar talk. Try to keep up with me in my vast dreams.
It is but a symptom of the rapacious catastrophe that will devour us all.
You said before that playing the market could get me rich.
Just tired of being a low net worth individual. It must be the curse.
What do you expect? I'm an ultra-liberal. I speak ultra-liberalese.
Oh my god, you can like dilute and divide your ultra-liberalism with apocalypse.
Brilliant. Catastrophes are prime time for moneymakers. But you're not really reaping any benefits yet, are you? No shorting, no shameless speculation.
Apocalypse libertarian.
Yeah, but what's the ratio here? What's the balance that we need to reach, you know?
I mean,
70-30, you know?
Is that not the same, like, is that not just a synonym of anarcho-capitalist? Are they not the same words? In function, if not in literal denotation? One finger typing. Two finger typing.
Just take my money and leave me alone. Listen, if you really want to make it in the big leagues, you need to reconceptualize your entire portfolio. Collecting tear and moaning about taxes is not going to
Damn,
cut it.
step your game up.
Oof.
You need to become a millionaire.
Millionaire.
Now, how do you become a millionaire?
You need $1 million idea.
You need to defeat Omega Rugal at the end of the tournament.
Mañana, flick me a coin.
I assume begging rich ladies on boats is not the correct answer.
Really, that's it? That's all I have to say? Why aren't you guys helping me out?
Alright, I give up. I have no idea how to make millions. Yeah, I assume begging rich ladies on boats is not the correct answer.
It should be the other way around. Old mitred money showing up at your doorstep, begging for a slice of cake.
Mañana flicked me a coin.
One coin, the first of many. Imagine so many coins you're going to need to hire someone to help you manage all your wealth.
Wealth management. Manage my wealth. Yep. For the children. For posterity.
Always.
The literal definition of the word posterity. That's all you gotta say? Why aren't you helping me out?
Those guys, they're all financially illiterate. Only Savvy here knows how to dazzle and embezzle money out of investors' pockets.
I see.
With the acrobatic prowess of a 4-time gold medalist in the Samaran Gymnastics Summer Games.
The one that went to jail? Perhaps, or no?
Not for too long.
Tanya? You are still pretty low, all things considered, but I guess we're gonna trust you.
The ancient Samaran tribes used carved rhodochrosite to represent their wealth. The bigger the boulder, the more money they had, in case you needed to know.
Thanks, Encyclopedia, but let's go back to Savvy.
You could force a coin inside you. Any hole will do. Not many more definitive tests of a man's metal than the fortune yawn.
Have you spoken to authority recently, Insurance?
I think they've been talking.
Uh-huh.
Of course you don't. You've never even been close to a sum with more than 3 zeros. Let's face it, you've been on a years-long losing streak. But Savvy's got your back.
Savvy.
Savvy's going to book you a charter flight with 80 birds of prey on board. To a land where the streets are paved with Krugerrands and fixed income securities. You'll try again, but this time with money. You'll win her back.
Yeah, she sounded like the kind of person on the other end of the line that cared about money.
Are you in?
Wait, win whom back?
I've hustled. I've grinded. Show me the millions.
Something about this doesn't sit right. Yeah, what are you going to call her?
The spirit of ultra-liberalism.
Ah,
Your charm. Your spin.
okay.
Your winning hand.
For a second there, I thought
Yeah, I
we
thought
were talking
too.
about other things. Fair enough. I've hustled. I've grinded. Show me the millions.
Attaboy. Welcome to the final grind. Here we operate with money on a much higher level than the ordinary citizen. We feed it back into the machine. Stop saving. Start spending.
Become a patron.
Let's start by getting you into the lucrative art market to diversify your assets and increase your ROI. Speaking of which, know any artists?
So this is all expanded content that wasn't in the original game. So whatever this leads to is basically like, you know, DLC-ish.
Just more goodies.
Good thing I haven't been prepping for this with my actual art degree, or I have been for that matter.
What about the Speed Freaks and Nordic dance music?
Kuno's an artist.
Is he? Is he? Cindy seems the type.
Cindy does not seem the type. In fact, Cindy seems like she would hate this quest.
Kuno doesn't give a shit about critics. Kuno does his own thing.
Kuno, I wouldn't call Kuno an artist, but I definitely would call him a hustler.
Oh, absolutely.
Kuno runs a business.
He's also 12. We don't want to attract the attention of tax collectors by dabbling in unnecessary child labor.
Wow, you actually called it unnecessary.
Wow.
I'm impressed.
He does have potential, defying authority, thinking outside the box.
If it was necessary, though.
Yeah.
The music?
Music is a pet project, not a viable business scheme. Let's return to it once you've set up your estate.
Well, what about my degree?
Don't be silly. The art market isn't about art. It's about gatekeeping, speculative bidding, and showboating.
Actually, it's about putting your cash assets into a form that can appreciate instead of depreciate over time, and not having it in a taxable form so that you can otherwise keep it exempt and have it in a very mobile, established, non-liquidated form.
Huh. That's kind of cheap.
How much is this painting worth? $30 million, you say. Actually, I didn't say 40. I can't believe it's $50 million. Do I hear 60? Do I hear 70?
Oh, man.
Sold $80 million to the individual who will now be able to keep their money in a non-liquid form.
Isn't that great? And then it's going to keep on rising in value. It's the gift that keeps on giving. That's great.
Rollsafe.gif.
Yeah.
Cindy seems like the type.
You're right. She has the poise of a struggling artist. Very tangible. You can feel the poverty on her. Plus, she has paint.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did the 200 IQ people in the chat say, what if no one buys it? What then? What if the value doesn't mean anything if no one's around to buy it?
Yeah, welcome to the real world, assholes.
Welcome to the world where guess who else wants to hold their money in non-liquid state? Everyone who has that kind of money. Mm-hmm. I've held it for my moment now. Would you like to take a bunch of your money and put it somewhere completely separate from your bank account? Why, yes, I think I shall. Thank you.
Hey, money
Go
has value because we
the
decided it
state
has
never
value.
could. Everyone must know that you're a big fucking shark around here.
Cindy is actually the correct answer. No way. No way. She's big commie energy.
It's not about the artist. It's about the product.
She's art because she graffitis. But there's way more going on than that. Day 4.
Or is Kim there already? Hey buddy, short night, eh?
Good morning? No? Not even a howdy do? Oh, thank you. Good morning. Okay.